Today's video, we are going to talk about my 2-week post-op surgery. If you are new to my channel, welcome. It is Crissy G, and if you are back, welcome back, my loves. And so I want to talk about everything that I've been going through these last 2 weeks. So I haven't even uploaded my 1-week video, but I will do that really soon, you guys. I just can't. I'm so picky. I always overthink these videos before I post them. I don't know, it's my OCD. It's never good enough for you guys, and then one day I'll just say I'm posting, and then you guys react really well to them usually, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself? So anyways, this is going to be week 2 post-op surgery. And so as you all guys know, I have done the double chin lipo, I have done the arm lipo and skin tightening with the Renuvion J Plasma. I did the back lipo, so I got all my back lipoed again. I had the breast reduction with implants, and then I had the fat transfer to my hips. So definitely did a ton of work this time around, and crazy enough, I went back to work after 6 days, which I totally do not recommend for anyone. If you plan to go under the knife and you plan to have more than 2 procedures, I would say make sure you at least take 2 weeks off of work, or at best a week and a half, because let me tell you guys, I am kicking myself in the butt trying to recover. And like today, we had a hire event yesterday at work, and like about 60 to 70 people showed up in a 4-hour window, and of those people we hired about 30. And I mean, I was moving tables and chairs and organizing rooms and decorating and blowing up balloons, and just, it was a ton of work. And let me tell you that so it was right on my week 2 anniversary that I did all this, and let me tell you that today I am paying for it. My arms are so tender to the touch, they hurt. It's just, I'm miserable, but I am going to give you guys an arm reveal, so stay tuned for that. If you want to see how my arms are healing and recovering and all that good stuff, I will reveal my arms here towards the end of the video. So last time we talked, last time I recorded, I was weighing about 207 pounds, which we knew that was probably going to be mostly fluid. I wasn't too much worried about it. I did weigh myself this morning, and I'm right at 200 pounds with all my garments on. So I want to say that I'm probably around the 198, 199 mark if I, weighed myself in the nude like I typically do. I will say that I did have my drain pulled out. It didn't come out after week 1. I had to wear it almost the entire first 2 weeks. I would literally, my 2 weeks is on Tuesday, but I went Monday. And thank God that it hadn't drained much anymore. It stayed under the 25, and so they were able to remove it. And I will actually insert that video for you guys now so you could see how they took out the drain. So if you are squeamish or do not care to see that, then make sure you skip over the next couple of minutes, because I am pulling out my drain. I will leave here the timestamp of when that is over. It doesn't show anything. Nothing happens. All you see is them pulling out my drain, but I'm always so curious to that, and so I really wanted you guys to see how the process works when you have a drain and they pull it out and all that good stuff. So I'll let you guys watch that now. All right, so that was it, you guys. I think I made myself sick thinking about the pain, and it did not end up being painful at all. So when she told me that, some people hurt, some people don't, I got really nervous. And I can't deny that I did not feel the drain come out. You feel it come out, like you feel like a sensation go out of your back, and then she's like, okay, we're done, and you're like, oh, okay, that was it. I just expected to feel like, you imagine that because it's inside your body starts to like cling to it, and you just, in your mind, you're thinking, oh my God, it's gonna pull my tissue out with it. And no, you do feel like a sensation, like, when you run your finger across your arm. Actually, that's exactly what it feels like. If you run your finger across your arm and you feel like that tickle going down, it just feels weird because it's on your insides, not your outside. And so once that is out, it's out. That's it. It's gone. And so for those of you who are going into surgery soon, or who have your drain in now and you're mortified because you're afraid of the pain, this is the second time I had drains put in me. The first time was after my tummy tuck, and I had 2 coming out of my thighs. Those did not hurt whatsoever. Like, I didn't feel anything. This one, I felt the sensation of the drain coming out of my back, but it didn't hurt. You just feel that sensation. So I'm hoping that it's the same experience for you guys that are out there, you know, contemplating the surgery or have the drains in now and you're a nervous wreck about them coming out. So yes, I got my drain pulled out, and let me tell you guys, I think I immediately feel better. I don't know if it's because your body, it's a foreign object inside your body, and so maybe it's like continuously trying to fight it and, you know, get it out of the way. But I want to say that as soon as that drain came out the next day, I didn't feel the same amount of swelling and discomfort in my back. Like I just immediately felt a change. I am still very swollen. I'm still hurting in most areas. My arms. I will tell you guys, I've had lipo in a lot of different areas. I've had lipo done in my inner thighs. I've had lipo done to my abdomen and my back multiple times. I've had lipo done in my chin. I think that's it, but it's quite a bit of areas. And I will say that the arms have been the most painful of all, the most uncomfortable and the most painful. You're still able to make like I can make my muscle right now. I don't have muscles, but I can do the motion and squeeze. Your muscles don't hurt because they don't go into the muscle, right? It's just the subcutaneous fat. But the arms feel like somebody punched you 1,000 times and you've got bruises everywhere, and I can't lean up against anything. I'm a wall leaner, so like when I'm at work, I tend to lean on walls all the time, like outside of people's doors. I cannot do that right now. It hurts so bad. Getting in and out of the chair, the backrest, if I put my back towards it, it hurts because obviously I had the lipo in the back, and so that really hurts. The itching, you guys, oh my God, the itching. The itching is bad. I will say that this time around, I've been taking Benadryl, the tablets, the Benadryl tablets. I take 2 every 6 hours, and that helps tremendously. It's an antihistamine in which when you scratch your skin, it releases more antihistamine, right? And so that's why you scratch, but you get itchier and itchier as you scratch more because it's releasing that. And so this is what that medication is for, correct? It's for allergies, so it's an antihistamine. So let me tell you guys, I like religiously take that Benadryl, and as soon as I forget to take it, you know, past the 6-hour mark, I can tell because I start to want to scratch all over the place again, and that's what you're not supposed to do. But it's like sometimes you just can't help it. When your skin is healing, it starts to itch, and oh my God, you guys, that's one of the worst. Like all the itching, it's like, because it's not something that's painful, but it's just such an uncomfortable feeling to be itchy all the time. And like it's usually around the scarring area, so like where they stitched you up, that's where you itch the most, and you can't scratch those areas because you know you could accidentally mess up your healing process or your scar tissue and all that stuff. So you obviously do not want to scratch in those areas. So yes, as you guys can see, I think my face is healing pretty well. I mean, you can clearly still see a little bit of a double chin here on the sides. But I think that's just natural, right? Like you can't, if I'm not talking, you can't really see my double chin anymore. This also had the Renuvion plasma done to it, which is a skin tightening. It's in areas where you have more flaccid skin. They will do the J plasma. And I don't know if that's why, like, I can't stretch my head all the way back because it feels so tight right here. Like, it feels like my skin's not stretching there. And I don't know if it's just because it's still swollen and it hurts, or if it's the J plasma, like my skin got snatched there and now it's like it does not want to, like it hurts. It feels like my skin's very, very tight. Not my skin, but like my muscle down there or whatever is down there. What is it called? God, you guys. I'm clearly tired today. But yes, it's very tight, and so it's uncomfortable to look back like that, like to stretch my neck. It's uncomfortable. I think everything, this is another question. People always ask me, like, what do you mean you had a breast reduction but put implants? So I had my implants done about almost 2 years ago. And apparently my doctor said both implants had dropped out of my pockets. He said I had very strong chest muscles. And so somehow my muscles just pushed the implants out. And that's why they started to, again, hang so much. He said that they were down 2 inches lower than they should be. I mean, to the point where he asked me if I had had another baby in the process, and I'm like, no, my last baby was 6 years ago. Like, it's been a long time. And so he was like, well, that's just odd. Well, when he went into the breast implants to exchange them, he realized that the implants had dropped out of the pocket, and that's why I had such a sag again, 2 inches, right? And so people ask me, well, why would you get a breast reduction and then add implants? Well, because he said if I didn't add the implants because of the shape of my breast, he said I would have like that indent on the top. So it would look very full here at the bottom, but in the top it would have that like indent that we sometimes get, when it's like they sucked us dry, our kids, after having babies. And so he was like, if you're okay with having that dip at the top and just the fullness, then that's fine, you can stay. And I didn't, I'm still fairly young, and so I didn't want to already feel like my breasts were just deflated. And so I asked him to go ahead and put the implant. Right now it's still very high. Like, this is where my implant is, not the implant, but this is where how high the swelling is right now. Like, you can literally feel it. And this one's a little lower. So that's completely normal, you guys. Like, everybody's always like, oh my God, one of my breasts is lower than the other. It's very normal in the beginning to feel one side higher than the other, because everyone's anatomy is one side's always like, even my eyebrows, you see this one's higher than the other. So it's like no one's completely symmetrical on both sides. So it's very normal for you to feel one higher than the other. But I checked my scars last night, and they're healing really well. You guys, my boobs look like Frankenstein boobs when I first saw them. It looked awful, but that's normal. So don't be frightened when you see it, because initially it's the swelling. They look very boxy at the beginning, and then they start to heal and take shape, and the stitches, start to heal, and they start to look better. But in the beginning it looks very scary. I want to post pictures, but I don't know like if that would, I see other people doing it, but I may post a picture for you guys to see, but I'm not sure how that works. So we'll see what happens. I know I'd have to cover certain things, but like, just so that you guys could see the scarring, I'm going to try to see if I can insert a picture in here for you, just so that you understand like how ugly they look in the beginning. They do not look, just in the course of 1 week, they've healed so much more than, a couple of days after surgery. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my arm. All right, you guys. So I'm going to show you how I actually struggle to take off my clothes right now, because I'm in so much pain that I really don't take off my own clothes. Like, my husband has to help me, just because it's like I can't move my arms. See, this is like hurting my shoulders so bad, like just feeling the pressure of the shirt on my shoulders. And so then I take out the other side, and then I just finish pulling it apart. And so this is what's most uncomfortable during recovery. This is probably what's most uncomfortable, is like the consistent wearing of all these garments, but you have to wear them. For the first 6 weeks, you basically live in this second bodysuit. You have to keep your arms compressed. In this case, I have to keep my back compressed. You actually, you have to wear your garment for your breast. And so luckily I did this in the cooler months, because I could not imagine having to wear all this during the summer months, you guys. I think I would have gone crazy, because I cry sometimes just from the discomfort of all the additional heat these garments provide. And so again, like this, I found it easiest just to pull it down myself like this, and then kind of grab it one side, and then just take off the other side. Oh, it feels so good for your arms to be free, you guys. Like, you don't understand how uncomfortable that is. All right, so this is what my arms are looking like. They still obviously are much bigger. They've shrank about 2.5 inches. I haven't measured them this week, but the last time I checked them, it was at 13 and 13.5. So you can see all my incision marks where they did the cannula. And then, yeah, you see, you guys, that's like, you feel it's very lumpy in there. I have a big lump right here. You can actually see it on the camera. That area right there, that's a lump under my skin. The bruising is much better. You see, that used to be a giant bruise there. That's another place where they had the incision, the cannula going in and out. This is the one that's the most uncomfortable. There's like a piercing pain in this area of my elbow that I get. There's nothing there though, so I don't know. I feel fluid in there. Like you can actually feel it, like you can hear it moving around in there. See, like me stretching it like that, I get a piercing pain all through here. My arms feel very swollen still, you guys. And so you see there's bruising here. But I mean, they're not overly bruised. Like sometimes you see like people that are like purple and blue on their arms. This arm's always been the thinner one because obviously this is my dominant arm. So it never had like a roll. This is the arm that always had this roll here, and it's still there, which is sad. I'm hoping that it goes away, but I mean, it's much smaller than what it used to be, but it's still there. And that's one of the main things that bothered me about my arms. And I'm afraid that in 4 more weeks it's still going to be there, and my doctor's just going to say, well, we did say you might need the arm lift, the actual arm lift, which after experiencing arm lipo, you guys, I would not put myself through that again. I would not do the arm lift. Just putting it out there. Like that's it. I'm done. It's, I'm done with plastic surgery. Well, I say my body. I mean, God knows, maybe when I'm like 60, I might say I need a facelift or something. I don't know. But yeah, so see you guys, that's like you could see that there's still a good chunk of loose skin here. Now this is why they did the J plasma on my arm. So I don't know if at some point it'll still shrink as the swelling goes down, or if this is just gonna stay. So you guys will definitely be here to see my arm progress. And I'm okay with showing you guys. Like it's embarrassing. Like I've always struggled with my arms. I know it's a hard thing for me to show the world, but I'm sure there's so many other people that feel insecure about their arms. And so I'm just talking about it because I'm sure there's a lot of people who feel like I do, and there's a lot of people who are debating whether they should go in for the arm lipo or arm surgery. And so you guys get to see firsthand, from someone who's also very insecure about their arms, and see how well it's healing. Again, like I'm very like, this is not, I'm not happy about this. I'm hoping that I mean, he did tell me that I might need the arm lift, like I mentioned earlier, but I just wasn't ready to have that scarring on my arm. And I was a little weenie. Like, I was a little afraid of how painful that would have been. And let me tell you, this arm lipo is no joke. It hurts. As far as the girls, you can see here, like, you can see where I don't know if it's the implants or if it's just swelling. Like, I don't know if the implants are down here and that's just my own tissue pushing up high. I don't know, you guys, but you can see they're up very high, which I absolutely love. But I will say that from the experience I had the first go around, they do not stay like this. This is how, if you're happy with these results and you're like, yes, that's what I wanted. Like, I wanted that look. I wanted them high. You'll be disappointed, because if you have big breasts like I did, they will settle in. I think this happens mostly when girls that have very small chest, and then they go and put an implant, and then you can always see that definition. But for us bigger chested girls, I think they drop. They are much smaller though. I will say they are much smaller. I'm happy with that. I'm happy that they're smaller because I lost all this weight, but I still felt like I looked very top heavy. So this definitely helped with that. When I was wearing my t-shirts and stuff yesterday, it did help. I did also notice that I'm getting like this bulging here on the sides, which, all right, you guys, let me see if I could do this. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. I don't know how I'm gonna get all this on in a minute. I did notice that I have like this bulging here. You can't really see it on the camera. I don't think it looks pretty even, but I hope it's just swelling because I didn't notice that before. Like I didn't have any fat here because they had already lipoed that with my first breast lift. So I'm hoping that it's just swelling. It's tender, just like everything else is tender on my body right now. So I'm hoping it's just swelling, but yeah, you guys, this is where I'm at. My hips are rounded again. Nothing too crazy. I don't think it looks too dramatic. I think it just fits my shape. I love this shape. I know that, you know, so overall, I think I'm healing really well. I'm very comfortable. So other than, you know, the pain that you can't get. But yeah, you guys, so that's where I'm at with my surgeries. I think so far the area that's healing the best, that's giving me the best results right now is going to be my face. Even there though, I'm kind of, I hope I don't have any boogers, you guys. I'm kind of lumpy in some areas, you see right here, which all that is normal in the beginning. It's, you know, some fluid pockets. It could be your tissue. So I have to massage that every morning to make sure that you're kind of helping any trapped fluids or anything like that and soften your tissue and stuff. So, oh, you guys, it feels so good not to have that garment on right now. It feels really good. It hurts, but it feels good to feel air on my arms. So yes, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I hope that it, you know, helps you decide if you're thinking about any of these surgeries. Please make sure you leave any comments in the comments below. I plan to do a Q&A video soon where you guys ask me questions and then I kind of just come on here and answer them for you, because I try to answer as many comments as I can, but sometimes it's the same question that many people have. And so if you have a, you know, anything as far as pricing or anything else regarding the surgery, leave it in the comments, because from these comments below, I will do another video for you guys answering the questions. So most definitely let me know what you guys want to hear more about. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me. It really helps my channel grow, and I appreciate you guys more than ever. Thank you so much for being here with me, you guys, and until next time, talk soon.